So at the end of every season, I sit back and I sort of reflect on what I might have been able to do to be a better coach. And the one thing that I really was reflecting on was my relationships with my players. And I was reading a book and I came across this really cool Zulu saying. Zulu is the most common African language. And it's the greeting that this one tribe does. And the greeting is called Sabona. And what Sabona means, I go up to a person, I shake their hand, and it basically means I see you. And I really thought about that word and thought about what that meant. And I thought about how many times I sat at my computer when a player came in and I talked to them as I continued to type on my computer, or as I texted somebody or something like that. So the whole point is that I wasn't seeing people. And I get this a lot from my daughter. So my daughter will say, "Dad, you're doing it again." And I instantly know what that means. That means that I'm not paying attention, I'm not there, I'm not engaged, I'm not seeing her, I'm not hearing her, I'm not even part of her life. And so that was this reflection. And so we sort of adopted that in my office. We call it Sabona. It just means when anyone comes in my office or comes around me, then I immediately drop what I'm doing. If I'm on my phone, I drop it, literally. If I'm on a computer, I turn around from the computer, I greet them in the eye and I say, "I see you." And I think back, there was a really cool book called The Queen of Catway. And The Queen of Catway is about this young African girl that grows up in the slums. And this is a kid that you're gonna pass by every time. You're gonna walk down the street, and if you see her sitting there asking for money or begging, you're gonna have your tunnel vision and you're gonna keep walking. But the problem is when you don't see that person is that she might be pretty magnificent. And in this case, she was. You know, the long story short is she becomes a chess prodigy. She follows her brother to an old rundown church where they're running this chess academy. The leader named Robert says, "Hey, come over and let me explain this game." And he literally sees her, and maybe for the first time someone saw her. And so my feeling is that you've got to open your eyes. And so the big theme today is the next time you greet somebody, look them in the eye and say, "I see you." And think about what that really means. Think about what it means to actually see somebody, to hear somebody, to listen to somebody. Think about how that will impact you the next time you're talking to a friend, or you're talking to somebody that you really love, or a teammate. And the fact that you respect them, you see them, and you're engaged and you're present with them. And that's what's on my mind today.